Hey everyone, welcome back to Ford Mustang Garage. Today we're working back on the 67 Mustang, and today we're going to install a mini tack. So a mini tack is where we take out this old clock out of the instrument cluster that probably doesn't work like how most of these cars are, and we're going to put a tachometer in there. So today we're going to show you how to do that. Alright, so the first thing we got to do to install a mini tack in here is we got to get our instrument cluster out. So we just have a few screws on this is all. These are pretty easy to remove. There's one right down here on the bottom of this, and there's one on the bottom of this as well. Okay, so once all your screws are out, you can kind of work this out a little bit, but it's not going to come all the way out because your speedometer cable is kind of on there. It's kind of holding it in place. So if you can pop it out enough, you can get a wrench up underneath here and remove your speedometer cable. Okay, so sometimes in order to get this to pop out, you kind of have to like give yourself some slack on your speedometer cable. So and another side note, there's a stud over here. There's a stud over here that you have to undo, but looks like this particular car, that nut was missing on the back side of this panel, so it came right out for us. So now that we've got this out pretty far, we can just use a wrench and get the speedometer cable undone. So all I'm doing is reaching up underneath here with my wrench and undoing the nut for the speedometer cable. Okay, now that's disconnected. Okay, so now we should be able to pull this out. So backside of the cluster, I'm just going to be disconnecting these main wires here. Okay, so now what we're going to be accessing is your old clock right here. So it looks like we have only one wire going to it, and 1, 2, 3 screws is all. All the screws removed, and then you can remove your clock. Okay, so here's our tack and our clock side by side, like they are virtually identical. It's just a tachometer, so that's pretty cool. So these mini tacks are made by Rocket Man's Classic Cougar Innovations. There's a website right there for them. If you're interested in getting these mini tacks, you can also get them from National Parts Depot. Okay, so this just goes in super easy. There's a couple little tabs on the side, and very snug. Use the original screws you just removed. And voila, you have a tachometer in your cluster. super cool. Okay, so wiring is not as complicated as you may think. Your tachometer, at least the one that I got, is already configured for 8 cylinders. You can actually change inside this little cover right here. You can actually change to a 6-cylinder or an 8-cylinder. So we're already configured for an 8-cylinder, so we're not going to mess with that. The wires are pretty easy. Green goes to your signal, which is your going to go to your ignition coil. Your black to ground, red to a switch 12 volts. Very simple wiring. Okay, when wiring your tach, you're going to look for a power source, and now we had a power source for the clock. The problem with that power source is it's a constant power, constant 12 volts. We want it to be switched, so we're not going to use this connection right here. But I do need to make sure like this is eliminated, and not necessarily like eliminated. I just need to make sure it's like taped up and secured out of the way. That way I won't, ground anything that it may come into contact. So we'll just kind of tape that up. I don't want to like eliminate it, kind of keep it there in case someone ever in the future wants to put this back to original. So we won't hack it up. We'll just kind of tie it up in here and tape it and secure it. That way it's not going to ground anything. As far as wiring goes, we only have 3 wires. We have our green signal that's going to go to the negative side of the ignition coil. So we got to route that all the way through the firewall. Black to ground, that's super easy. We can just kind of use this existing ground right here. And then the red needs to be to a switch 12 volts. So I'm just going to find like the most logical switch 12 volts to go into. I'm going to tap into one of these here on the main, going into the cluster. And what I'm doing is just kind of using my test light, finding that one has a constant power, so I don't want that. That's constant power, I don't want that. This has nothing, and nothing with the key on. This has nothing, and nothing with the key on. Same here. This one is a switched 12 volts. So I'm only getting my power there with the key on. So that particular circuit, once I trace it to the instrument cluster, on this particular car is actually being used for the brake warning light. The bulb has been removed. I don't think this circuit is in operation any longer. So I think we're kind of safe to tap into that wire right here. We're just going to run and tap into that. Gives us our switch 12 volts, and that will be pretty easy for that. Okay, so for this particular car, this right here is the circuit that I am going to be tapping into. It's pretty much unused. And what I'm going to use are these electrical T-taps. You can actually get these at AutoZone, part number 85468. And so what they are is just a little clamp. You're going to put your wire in like this. And you're going to just kind of, you can actually use some pliers and actually squeeze this together, and that's going to tap right into that wire. Very safe, especially on a circuit that's not being used. So now, the other end of this, just kind of connect right into there like that. But we've got to get our wire into this end here. Okay, once you make sure that's good and crimped on there, I'll have to give her a little bit of tug, make sure it ain't gonna pull out. That connects right there. Now we just have our 2 wires. Green goes to the negative side of the ignition coil, black goes to ground. So what I'd like to do is just kind of make this part of this cluster disconnectable. So for these remaining 2 wires, what I'm going to do is wire in one of these connectors on there so I can actually unplug it if I ever want to take the cluster out for whatever reason in the future. So just a standard connector, little 2 flatters like this. Part number 47965. So we're just going to make that disconnectable. Just cut it right here. Okay, so connect the 2. We're just using standard butt connectors here. So now we have a nice little disconnect for those 2 wires. So for the other end, we'll run obviously the white one is now the ground. So run that one to the grounds, and then the red one will run, I'll try and change that to a green wire and run that all the way out to the ignition coil. Just you can use a kind of standard little connector there. Perfect. So now we're going to run a wire into this end, because that's our tack lead to the ignition coil. We'll run this through the firewall, route that nice and neat. We gotta get some, we'll try and find some green wire here. A nice green wire with a nice protective sleeve on here. Something I had left over from a previous job, so that's going to work out really good. Let's connect our ground up right there. Cool. This will make it really nice for removing the cluster for whatever reason. So we had just enough wire to make it through the firewall, wrapped it around the booster, kind of tucked it on around in here, and yeah, just enough to make the negative coil attachment there. So if you're running like different ignitions, your instructions will tell you, like, depending on what kind of setup you're running, where to put this. So this vehicle is running Petronics inside of the stock distributor. So we're going to the negative side of the coil. Okay, I guess we better get this cluster back in here and test this out. Okay, before I bolt this thing all back up in here, I'm just going to test it out, see how she does. Looks good. Okay, well that's how you install your mini tack on your 67s. Now we just gotta put the instrument cluster back in, hook up our speedometer cable. So I appreciate you watching, and you know, we're just here to keep your Mustang on the road and out of the garage. We'll see you next time.